Let's make your home even more awesome than it already is. Welcome back to our channel, everyone, all my home design enthusiasts, my painting and decorating fanatics. Today we have something truly exciting in store for you because we're going to be sharing some incredible tips and tricks that will take your home style to the next level and make it feel oh so luxurious without breaking the bank. And that's the key here. All of these tips can be done pretty easily. You can customize it as much as you want to. And essentially, they're simple yet effective tweaks that you can make immediately. Whether you're a budget-conscious decorator or simply looking to spruce up your own home, you've come to the right place. Get ready to transform your humble abode into a haven of elegance and sophistication and class. Let's dive in. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the first impression of your home, the entryway. First impressions are everything, so let's start with that front foyer. As soon as you walk in the door, you want to make your guests drop to the floor upon entering. And the way you do that is you make it more than just the little place where you take off your shoes. Make it more interesting and have more fun with it. What you can do is you can incorporate a few key elements. One of the first things that I always like to recommend is a beautiful statement mirror, because mirrors can do a number of different things. They can obviously give you somewhere you can check your look before you head out the door. They're also fun, like you can have some really fun looking mirrors that also double as an accent piece. And more importantly, they can add depth to your space by reflecting light back, which gives the illusion that your entryway is even more expansive than it actually is. It'll feel a little more spacious and grand. We recently did an entryway video specifically, which I'll link up in the cards up top so you can check it out after this one. Essentially, don't neglect your entryway. If you can, then add a really stylish console table underneath of that mirror. You can have some nice accessories on it, like a vase with some fresh flowers or dried flowers, or even an eye-catching statue or trinket of some sort that's reflective of you and your family. Nice talking point right off the gate. Why not? My second tip would be lighting. Lighting can truly make or break a room's ambiance, and that essentially goes for your entire home. If the budget allows for it, replace some of those outdated fixtures that are more practical rather than just aesthetic. You can add some modern and sleek design elements that scream sophistication. You can opt for an awesome chandelier in the dining room or a series of pendant lights, perhaps, above the kitchen island, which can elevate the space really well. And then for that warm, cozy glow, I always recommend scattering some practical lights. Some lights that sort of live on the ground that are maybe more mobile. Table lamps and floor lamps are really great. I'm a huge fan of them. Now, if you're not quite ready to change out the fixtures themselves, you can always update them through the light bulbs that you use. Not only can you customize the type of glow that you get, whether you have warm or cool leaning light, you can also have different bulb styles that are shaped differently. Maybe have a really fun Edison sort of filament inside to give you something really interesting to look at rather than just a ball of light. This next one is going to be very big, especially for people that love neutral colors, because one of the things that I always recommend, if you don't have a ton of colors sort of pulling focus, then always experiment with adding texture. Texture is the secret ingredient to creating a high-end atmosphere. You can opt for luxurious fabrics like velvet or silk for your curtains, your throws, any pillows. You can also layer different elements, different textures on your furniture. You can have a smooth leather sofa, for example, with a plush velvety ottoman for your feet, or you can mix a bit of a glass coffee table with some rustic jute rugs or something like that. These contrasting textures will add depth, visual interest to your space, and also like physical touch too. It's nice to have different things to feel and all that. It just adds a lot to the space.
I'm gonna cover the whole outside of my house in this material.
Because of course, textural to me means more than just the feeling of it, but also the look. The way that light even bounces differently off of different surfaces, I find that all really fun. Next tip, if you have any artists in your family, maybe you can employ them to make you some really great artwork. I find that accentuating with art is just like the chef's kiss, cherry on top of a beautifully designed room. And the reason for that is because it provides a focal point, a focus. And it's also a really easy way to implement some nice color without feeling burdened by something on your walls that's going to stay there for years. Artwork, you can kind of switch in and out. So what I would recommend is look for statement pieces that capture your personal style. It could be an oversized abstract painting, gallery wall of black and white photographs, or prints even an antique tapestry if you can find one at a garage sale or something. Who knows? I had a side job on the cruise ship selling art from time to time, and there was different tiers of artwork. You had the originals, you had the hand embellished prints, and you had the prints, which is like super cheap, but can still give you a really great effect. Because art doesn't have have to break the bank. You can find affordable prints or create your own DIY masterpiece. You can even go for just art on the wall and make a mural, but that's a little more of a daunting task for most people. Tip number 5 is a big one for me. It's the power of greenery in the form of plants. These are like interior designers' best friend, secret weapon, whatever you want to call it. They just instantly bring life and vibrancy to any space. You can incorporate various indoor plants throughout your home, from lush floor plants like these, or even some elegant, fun succulents that are actually quite low maintenance. You don't really need to water them at all. So whatever your level of green thumbery, if you love gardening and all that, then perfect. If not, there's still options out there for you. You can even go for some of the artificial silk plants that seem to look more and more real with every year that passes. The only thing about those is they can be quite expensive. I think the upfront cost is going to be a little bit more than a fresh plant in a lot of cases, but it's going to last forever, which is a big plus. The benefit of real plants, of course, is they freshen your air inside. They also add a touch of that natural beauty. You can also see how the plants develop and grow and flourish. That's a big part of the reason that I love it. You can even buy these sort of pre-made arrangements now. I've seen them a lot, where there's like a nice wicker basket on the outside, then you have like some succulents, some grasses, some flowers, some leafy greens. There's just so many options now. Next tip, accents. So finally, let's talk about the small details that can have a really big impact. These little accents can come in the form of really fun doorknobs or drawer pulls in your vanity in your bathroom or your kitchen cabinets. Those things, considering how expensive bathroom and kitchen renovations can get, the fact that you can instantly make a difference by just replacing those knobs, it makes it at least worth thinking about, because you can add some really sophisticated, unique options like metallic accents. So you can have gold, brass, rose gold, matte black handles. All these small changes will give your home a glamorous touch, and it'll just tie the whole look together. You don't need to change everything, but you can find those little things that can make a huge impact, and I think that's just great value. And those are some ways to elevate your home style and make it feel more expensive without being expensive. You don't have to spend a fortune to achieve a luxurious atmosphere. With a little creativity and attention to those nitty-gritty little details, you can transform any space into your dream space. So go ahead and unleash your inner designer. Let your home sparkle. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Speaking of which, we have more videos right over here. Also, please share any tips you might have to elevate your home on a budget. I think we can all learn something from that.